Have any of you ever felt cotton mouth or dry mouth before? It is not pleasant. Well, imagine feeling like that for the rest of your life. That is the case for Charlotte, a 65-year-old woman that I met when she was diagnosed with a tumor in the head and neck region. She received radiation therapy and her cancer was eliminated, but now she suffers from the side effects of the radiation. She permanently lost the ability to produce saliva. This happens because her salivary glands are also found in the head and neck region where her tumor was, so they become exposed and injured by the radiation during the treatment of cancer. As a consequence, Charlotte suffers from chronic oral infections or mouth sores. She has lost most of her teeth. She can't taste food. Eating is too painful, and this has led her to require a feeding tube in multiple locations. As you can imagine, her quality of life is miserable, and currently, there is no cure for her condition. All of this happens because of the loss of saliva. So in our lab, we study how radiation therapy leads to the loss of saliva, but more importantly, what can we do to fix it? Well, all of our organs have the ability to heal after an injury. We see this all the time in our skin. If we get a cut or a scratch, that wound heals completely after a few days. This is accomplished thanks to the function of stem cells, which are like the building blocks for all of our organs, and their main function is to continually renew our organs and heal them to maintain them in good shape. So then my research question is, what is happening to the stem cells in the salivary glands that prevents them from healing the injury caused by the radiation? Using microscopy tools, I have found that the stem cells work very similar to batteries. They have a positive side and a negative side. We call this cell polarity, and it seems to be very important for their function. For example, if we take the stem cells from a healthy mouse and put them in a dish, their polarity is normal, and they're able to grow in these highly organized structures. However, if we take the stem cells from a mouse that has received radiation, their positive and negative sides are now scrambled. These cells are also unable to grow. This is similar to when we put a battery in backwards. The battery itself still works, but it can't perform its function. So what are we doing to fix this? Well, if we can find a way to restore polarity in these cells, then we can develop a therapy to stimulate the stem cells to heal the salivary glands and to restore saliva. With this therapy, we could improve the quality of life of the hundreds of thousands of individuals who, like Charlotte herself, are currently suffering from the loss of saliva and all of its associated complications as a consequence of their cancer treatment. Thank you for your attention.